Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we just had Tyson Fury versus Arslanbek and Makhmudov. Now, this fight pretty much went about how I thought it was going to go. I do have a few things to address when it comes to the fight, such as the entertainment factor, which, I see a lot of people kind of critiquing the fight, saying it was a bull run fight. I thought it was an okay fight. I didn't think it was anything special. I didn't think it was terrible. Which is honestly, when it comes down to Tyson Fury's performance, I have very similar thoughts to what I've just said in terms of the entertainment value. I think it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. I think it shows that he definitely has a little bit left, but the deterioration is definitely starting to show, as it has for a few years now. But yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, Arslanbek and Makhmudov going into this fight, I didn't give him a chance of winning. I said if Fury can stick to his boxing, keep it long, move in laterally, staying out of bad positions, I think he gets it done fairly easily. I didn't say this in my video because I thought it was obvious, but the uppercut was there. Makhmudov kind of has this guard where his elbows are kind of flared. He's wide open down the middle. We keep sending the centre line. He's very stiff and slow in general, but the uppercut was there, and that's one of Fury's best punches, so I thought it was completely obvious. Early in his fight, he didn't use the uppercut much, but he definitely started to get it off in the mid-rounds, and especially the later rounds. His legs looked a bit slower, I will say. And he was backing up in straight lines quite a bit, especially early. It was actually blatantly obvious he was just kind of backing up in straight lines early in the fight, and Makhmudov would just kind of crash in, and then it would result in these very messy kind of clinch exchanges. But yeah, definitely wasn't a bad performance from Tyson Fury. He did what he needed to do, kept it long, walked Makhmudov onto a few uppercuts, used his feet as well as he could at this stage in his career. Lateral movement was definitely not anything special, but this fight could have gone much worse for him. He didn't stand in front of Makhmudov for a second. He just took advantage of Makhmudov being his balance being as poor as it is. Kept him behind a jab, keeping him off balance, keeping him moving, and basically just staying one step ahead of him. It was a decent performance from Tyson Fury, not the best we've seen from him, but I think this is probably close to, at this level, the best we're going to see from him now. With that being said, where do I think he is in the division? Not entirely sure. I don't think he's number 2. I don't think he's behind Usyk. I'd definitely put Caballero above him. I think, obviously, Tyson Fury is very tall, very long, obviously very soft to the midsection, which we kind of saw Usyk work to effect very, very well to tire out Fury. Obviously, with him being older, his energy isn't there as much. I think Caballero, being the kind of frame he is, would kind of get underneath the long shots of Tyson Fury and dig down to the body. He is, of course, the best body puncher in the division by far, and I think he'd sap Fury with all his energy. I think he would completely sap what's left of Fury's legs, make Fury stationary, and probably stop him at some point, if being completely honest with you, just from pure exhaustion. But there is obviously, I could see Fury possibly in that fight, if it were to happen, hypothetically, maybe being able to clinch, hold Caballero, maybe presumably being the stronger man, definitely being a bigger man, being able to kind of clinch Caballero when he does get underneath his shots, does get to the inside, and before he kind of digs down to the body, maybe clinches him, smothers his work, and maybe in that way saps Caballero of his energy, and then would be able to keep the fight long himself. And we did see in the Kaniba fight that Caballero did kind of struggle to get past the long levers of Kaniba, only for a round or two, but of course Tyson Fury is a different beast to Damian Kaniba, and maybe Tyson Fury could keep it long with him all tied, Caballero in front of him, but that's very situational. I'm not entirely sure that would happen, so I don't think I have him as second best heavyweight in the world. I think I have him in the top 10. But this was an alright performance. Makhmudov is a guy, he probably should have been stopping late. I didn't expect him to stop early like a Caballero, but it's probably a guy he should have been stopping late. He didn't. Makhmudov's actually got a very, very good chin, and the times we've seen him get stopped was from damage from Guido Vianello and to the body from Caballero. Fury is not a very good body hunter. He kind of tags the body every now and again, kind of picks you off to the body, not doesn't put a major focus on the body like Caballero, and that's probably because he is so tall. It's so hard to land body shots as a kind of taller fighter, because you've got to lean down, you expose yourself quite a bit, whereas Caballero's kind of a smaller, stocky framed heavyweight. He can get to the body much more naturally than the likes of Tyson Fury. But yeah, we got what we expected, you know. Makhmudov balance was poor. His guard kind of had flared elbows. He was wide open down the middle. His head was on the centre line, and he was just too slow, too plodding. Couldn't close the distance. And Tyson Fury, who still has something left in the gas tank, and I'm going to predict he still has a decent win left in him. Who do I think that decent win is against? I believe it will be against Anthony Joshua. I do think that fight is next. Obviously, we kind of had that interaction with Joshua and Fury ringside. I haven't seen any reactions to that, but Fury was trying to go to Joshua, kind of get him into the ring, trying to make a show out of it. And Joshua did the smart thing, in my opinion, didn't play to the games of Tyson Fury. That's what it is with Fury. It's ways to drum up tension. He didn't, didn't just said, I've been trying to fight you for 10 years. If the fight happens, the fight happens. I do believe it happens next. I just think it makes sense now. I think it makes sense in the head of Tyson Fury. I think it's always made sense in the head of Anthony Joshua. And I think it's the time we get it. Who would I be favouring? Well, we've seen how much the Fury gets left, and it was good that Fury got this fight in, because he got 12 rounds of good experience against a top 25 heavyweight. Good 12 rounds in after a 6-month layoff. Joshua's most recent fight was, 6 rounds against Jake Paul. We don't know how much he's got left after that car accident. I'm going to side with Tyson Fury, because I've always thought he'd be a bit of a nightmare for Anthony Joshua. But with his legs slowing down, Joshua is a pretty skilled boxer in his own right. I don't think to the level of Tyson Fury, but he did show in the second Alexander Usyk fight specifically that he is a very, very talented boxer in his own right. With Fury's legs slowing down, he could just be that little bit too stationary in front of Joshua, and Joshua could just find the chin in a moment. And with Fury being as old as he is at this point, and his body being as damaged and weathered as it is, maybe he doesn't recover as well as he used to, or at all. That is, of course, very, very situational. But yeah, decent performance from Tyson Fury. Nothing great, but I do think the hate is being, a bit too kind of. It's a bit too much in my opinion. I think he did alright. I didn't think he looked too bad. I didn't think the fight itself was too bad. It wasn't a barn burner, but I've sat through much worse. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm also not a big Tyson Fury fan, by the way. You should be able to tell that if you look at my videos. I've been nothing but objective when it comes to Fury. I don't even make videos. There's loads of people making videos when he was claiming to come out of retirement. I didn't make a video until it was officially announced. So I'm not a Tyson Fury fanboy, but I do think he's getting a bit too much shit for this performance. Or this fight, let's just say. But yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.